the Forsyth Mags podcast. And today I have a special guest. I have Suzy Fielders. She is a local writer. She writes for the magazine. She's a mom, and we're excited to have her today. Hi, Suzy.
Hi, thanks for having me.
Yeah. How's it going?
Good,
doing the mom
day of
thing,
motherhood and working and all the hats.
Yeah. So, Suzy, you have been writing for a long time.
Yeah. So I think originally I first started my official writing assignment was in 2011. So it's been a little while.
Wow. Okay. What drew you to being a writer?
So my background is in communications. So I have both degrees, master's and bachelor's in communications. So writing's a huge part of that.
Yeah.
So I guess I started in marketing and eventually went into writing.
There you go. I wanted to tell you this while we're live, but I got a thank you note in the mail yesterday from somebody that just loved one of your articles about the hidden gem in Tanglewood.
That place is so cool.
Yeah. She's like, nobody knows about this place, and I just love that you guys had a writer that wrote about it. Yeah. It was this long thank you note. I should have brought it with me. It was very sweet.
That's so sweet. Yeah, I know. Yeah. That's what makes the best is when I get, one time I was at my daughter's orthodontist, and he was like, your blog on Tried Moms on Me saved my life, because he was like, my wife overpacked. It was a blog about going to the hospital, and that was their first baby, and he was like, she unpacked so much stuff after reading that. Oh my gosh.
You don't want to be carrying 18 bags into the hospital.
Yeah.
So I'm sure parenting stuff is very fun to write about. You also love writing about anything local to Winston-Salem. Yes. What are some of your favorite articles that you've written over the years that come to mind?
I really like interview ones where I get to interview business owners. I did a really fun one a long time ago. It was back when Michael Breedlove was editor of Winston-Salem Magazine. And it was an interview, 4 parts, so it was about the arts, and I interviewed an actor, a musician, an artist, and a dancer, so it was cool.
Wow.
Talking to all these different people.
Very cool. So now you're on the other side of the interview today. You're answering the questions.
I don't get that a lot. It's fun, though.
Yeah, I hear that. So tell us a little bit about your mom life. You have 2 kids.
3.
3 kids. Oh, my gosh, yes.
So I have a 17-year-old, and she'll be 18 this year. She's going into her senior year.
Wow.
And then I have 2 little ones that the littlest one turned 1, and the other one is about to turn 2. So they're 11 months apart. So
oh my gosh. Is that considered Irish twins?
It is. It just made it.
What is it? Anything under a year apart?
Anything under a year.
Whew, girl.
It's never boring.
I see pros and cons of both, because you don't have time to get unfamiliar with the baby phase because you have another one added to the mix.
It's a lot, but it's fun, and they have such a special relationship. It's really cool to see.
Yeah.
So
that's awesome.
Let's hope that hangs on.
I think so. I think it will.
Yeah.
Although the older one is obsessed with the littlest one. She's always trying to hug her and stuff. So eventually the little one might be like, oh.
She's like, listen, physical touch is not my love language. Leave me alone. That's funny. Okay, Suzy, I want to do some fun little get to know you questions. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right. What's the funniest thing you've seen a kid do?
Oh, gosh.
It's a broad question.
My oldest child, when she was little, because I was a single mom for a long time, she saw this older guy in front of me and talked to him and said, Mom, you need to date this guy. It's so embarrassing.
You're like, oh, thanks, honey.
I'm like,
Kids have no filter, do they?
No.
They just say whatever pops in their head.
Yeah.
I've heard some funny things at grocery stores with kids, and the moms are like, shh.
Yeah, stop it.
But you have no control. What are you gonna do? They're just speaking their truth.
Speaking their truth.
Yep.
That's funny. Tim, do you have any funny stories from what your son did as a kid or said?
It was my wife actually came home one day and he was asleep on the couch, and we told him during the summers, we did not want him sleeping during the day and being up all night.
Yeah. And
she came home and he was asleep on the couch, and she just says, "What are you doing?" He goes, "I was thinking thoughts."
With my eyes closed.
Yeah. She said, "Well, think your thoughts, get it up."
I've heard Where when kids are sleeping, like, I'm looking at the back of my eyelids.
Yes.
Just, just looking at them.
My dad used to say that.
I'm practicing sleep.
Oh my gosh, that's so funny. All right, now speaking of flights, who would you most like to sit next to on a 10-hour flight and why?
Like alive or dead or doesn't matter?
It could be either.
Oh, that's a tough question. I think I'd want to talk to Abraham Lincoln.
Yeah, that could be cool.
I just think he would have a lot of knowledge, and that's been lost, along the way.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Yeah.
Good answer.
How about you?
I don't know. I don't like to answer these questions.
That's why she asked them.
Let me think about that. Who would I want to? Honestly, a 10-hour flight sounds torturous.
That is a long flight.
And my introverted self, I wouldn't want to talk to anybody for 10 hours. I'd be like, let's just, set the tone. We're not going to talk for this whole 10-hour flight.
So you've not been to Europe a lot then?
I went to Europe when I was 7.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
And I have not been since.
Yeah, because those are long flights.
They are.
I would sleep. I'm a pretty good sleeper. So.
I would want to sit next to Anthony Bourdain.
Who is that?
No.
Brooke.
I don't know.
Brooke, my heart hurts. I have a bad ticker, right? You know who Anthony Bourdain is, yeah?
I know the name, but I don't.
Okay.
Do tell.
So he's a celebrity. He was a celebrity chef and travel person, but he died in 2018, 2019.
Okay. Why would you want to talk to him?
He's just one of my favorite celebrities of all time.
Yeah.
And he is sorely missed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad you had an answer for that one. Okay. What things do you do every day that you wish could be automated? I bet this is a long list. It is for
I
me.
was about to say, that's a lot of things. Motherhood. Dishes.
Dishes. Yeah.
That's
Laundry.
the worst. Yeah. Well, I don't do that every day, thank goodness. But
Yeah.
I don't know. Simple stuff. Like, even if you thought, like, you could save a lot of time, like brushing your teeth and all this stuff. Like, if you could just somehow automate that, you could have so much more time.
I agree. Picking out outfits would be mine. Like, just,
Planning dinner, like, what am I supposed to make? Oh.
yeah.
Picking out outfits. That's funny. I go to the closet and I'm usually looking at Stephanie, talking to her, and just pulling something out and putting it on. That's how I go.
Oh my gosh. I need to do the whole like capsule wardrobe thing because I think having too many options for me is just like
It does make it
bad.
worse. It could be like in
Hashtag.
Clueless with the computer.
Hashtag first world problems.
Yeah, for real. I always think about when I'm in my closet, I think about like the Clueless movie. I'm like, wow, it'd be so
I wish
cool
I had that. Yeah.
if I had that.
Yeah.
It's like every 90s girl's
Yep.
dream is to have the Clueless closet.
Yeah.
I love it.
That
Okay.
was a cool closet.
It really was. Okay, one more. What's the most awkward thing that happens to you on a regular basis?
No. I mean, I have 3 daughters. It feels like there's all kinds of awkward all the
Constantly.
time.
I think that's your stock answer is daughters.
Yeah.
Who tell you who you should date in public randomly?
I don't, dealing with them probably and the things they say and do. And I'm just like, oh my gosh.
Like, do I walk away or do I own them, own up and say, yep, that's me, I'm the wrong one? That's funny. Well, Suzy, so what do you have coming up in life right now?
So some new things. So I'm actually going to start my own podcast dedicated to Winston-Salem.
Cool.
And the people and all kinds of stuff and how it runs, all kinds of things.
Very cool. When's the ETA?
Hopefully early fall.
Okay.
We'll see though.
Do you have any thoughts on guests lined up, or do you have any ideas
You're
for?
actually one of the people that I want to try.
Well, I'm honored. I would love to come on.
But yeah, quite a few. And so I did the City of Winston-Salem University, and one of my classmates, although, we've graduated the program now, but he's going to run that with me. And so we're also going to, like, not just business owners, when we're talking to people within the government, like the fire chief and stuff like that. And
Cool.
just give insight into Winston that people might not have otherwise.
Yeah. Very cool.
So yeah, I'm excited about that. And then with my sister, we're starting a new venture that is going to be like a digital resource site for weddings in the Southeast. So
Like vendors and things like
all
that.
kinds of stuff.
Oh, what brought that? idea along.
So I've written for Carolina weddings for like a long time, and I just love weddings. I thought about being a wedding planner, but I didn't want to deal with some of that drama. So
Ooh, yeah, and it's like
Bridezilla.
it's a lot of working on the weekends.
yeah.
I don't know. I'm with you. I thought about being a wedding planner for a few minutes.
And since I have the marketing background, I thought this would be a better fit. So.
Yeah. Well, and especially, I mean, it's good to, have a reputable resource because there's so many wedding vendors. And the ones, there's ones who have been around for 2 days and ones that have been around for 20 years.
I mean, even just photographers, like, because I work with them a lot for the writing, and there's so many.
Yeah. So Southeast, meaning what area are you thinking?
So Florida to North Carolina.
Oh, wow.
Basically, for sure those states, and then maybe a little bit over like Tennessee and Alabama and stuff.
Very cool. Is your sister local?
She is now, but she's actually moving to Outer Banks.
Okay. Well, still in-state.
Still southeast, yeah.
Yeah. So how can people learn more about either of these business ventures?
Follow me on Instagram.
Okay. What's your Instagram handle?
Suzy Fielders, SUZYFIELDERS.
All right. Amy will put that in our show notes so people can give you a follow. Very cool. Lots of exciting things going on.
I'm excited.
The mom life, the podcast life, and wedding vendors. Quite the plethora of, you're going to be a busy lady.
I like busy. Keeps me out of trouble.
Yeah. There you go. Well, Suzy, thanks for coming on to chat with us.
Me.
Yeah, and as always, you can find Forsyth Mags. You can find our content with lots of content by Suzy as well. She has some awesome article ideas, and we love working with her at forsythmags.com. From that landing page, you can find our Forsyth Woman content, our Forsyth Family content, and you can find us on social media at Forsyth Mags on Instagram and on Facebook to learn more about our events and all the fun things that we have going on in the Forsyth Mags world. And that's a wrap for today. The views and opinions stated on this podcast are solely those of the contributors and not necessarily those of our distributors or hosting companies. This podcast is copyrighted and cannot be reproduced without expressed written consent of Forsyth Magazines Incorporated. Whew, that's a mouthful.